Okay, great. I just want to record this other part. I'm not sure if, yeah. So we are going to look at conditional formatting. Okay, so let me just share the PowerPoint a little bit so that I can explain something before we get started. Okay, great. So, like I said, we'll look at conditional formatting. What is conditional formatting? Basically, conditional formatting is the type of formatting text that helps us to answer questions by making it easy with highlights. You highlight cells or a range of cells in order for you to emphasize something. You can emphasize unusual values. You can also visualize data, using data bars, color scales, and also icon sets using what? Conditional formatting. Okay, so a conditional formatting basically helps us to change the appearance of a certain cell or even a cell range based on a condition that you set or a criteria. Okay, for instance, if you want the marks for the students who failed to be highlighted, you can come up with a condition that is going to be, you can come up with a criteria that you're going to use under conditional formatting in order for maybe every student who failed to have a certain color in their cell. Or maybe you want to highlight or emphasize cells of students maybe who did not write a certain test, where it's blank. You can come up with a criteria that is going to make all blank cells have a certain color, hence you highlight them, or maybe you want to say, okay, everyone where there's a comment fail, it should give us the color should be maybe red, and for every student where there's a pass, the color should be green. Or that you can use conditional formatting to do that. Okay, to use conditional formatting, you can find conditional formatting on the home tab. Under the home tab, we have styles, and under styles, we have conditional formatting. That is where you find what? Conditional formatting. So basically what we are going to do right now, I'm going to open Microsoft Excel so that we can run some conditional formatting so that we see how we can use it and how it works. Okay, so like I mentioned, before we do that, we are going to, let me just share the screen again. So I avoid sharing the full screen, no wonder I have to move from one tab to the other. Yeah. So I only share a window or just a part of a tab that is open. Okay. So like I said, on the home tab, when you click on the home tab and then you go under styles, you'll find conditional formatting, you'll find format as table, you find cell styles, but our focus is on what? Conditional formatting. Okay, so let's assume we want to format. Let's assume we want to format the comments, the column called comments. Okay, we want to put up a condition that is going to give a certain color for students who have a pass and another color for students who have a fail. Okay, so we want to highlight these. Okay, so we go under the home tab and then we go under styles and then we click on conditional formatting. When you click on conditional formatting, you'll find different types of how you can different types to choose from on how you can format your data. We have color scales, we have data bars, top, bottom rulers, but we are going to choose a new rule. Okay, we are going to choose a new rule. So you click on new rule. When you click on new rule, we are going to choose a rule type that we want to use. As you can see here, we have format all cells based on their on their values, and then we have format only cells that contain. So you're going to say maybe you're going to format the cells based on the content of what is the content of that cell. Okay, so I'm going to say maybe all cells which contain a certain value should be formatted like this. You give a criteria. Then the next one is format only top or bottom ranked values. And then we also have format only values that are above or below average. Then we also have format only unique or duplicate values. Then we also have use a formula to determine which cells to format. So you can also use a formula. You can create a criteria using a formula and you will be able to format, okay, your cells or your data. So right now we are going to choose format only cells that contain. Okay. So I'm going to click on format only cells that contain. If you are following through, you can also be doing exactly what I'm doing. Okay.
The screen is not showing how you are getting it's stuck on one.
Oh. The new formatting rule is not showing. Are you following through? Like using your computer?
No, it's a desktop.
Oh, okay. Apparently this particular dialog box is not showing. So what am I gonna do? So let me just share with you a picture in the group so that you have an idea of how it looks. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Let me share with you. I'm just gonna capture it. Okay. So when you click on conditional formatting, you're going to find new formatting rule. Then you're going to choose format only cells that contain. Okay. Let me just share it in the group.
So I check for it in the group.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
So basically that is the window that pops up. I don't know why it's not showing, but at least when you follow through on your own, you will have an idea. So when you choose formats only cells that contain, you're going to have the next you're going to put descriptions on the down part, which is saying format only cells with, okay. And then the first one we have is cell value. Under cell value, when you click the drop down arrow, you're going to find different descriptions. We have specific text, we have dates occurring, we have blanks, we have no blanks, we have errors, we also have no errors. So in our case, since we want to format this data based on text, which is whether pass or fail, we are going to select specific text. When you select specific text in the first one, we are going to go. The next one is containing. It's saying containing. This one is okay. There are other options, of course, not containing, beginning with, ending with, but we want to format based on containing. So we want if a certain cell contains a specific text, then we format based on that. Then the last one, after containing, we have a space where we write the text, the specific text that should be contained in that cell. And in this case, we are going to start with fail. Okay, we're going to start with fail. So for each cell which contains the text which is fail, okay, we have selected. Before we click OK, there's another option which is called format down here just before OK. When you click on format, it's taking a lot of time to respond. Okay, so when you click on format, it takes you to format cells and it gives you option for colors. Okay, let me just show you. I don't know why these dialog boxes are not showing on the screen. I think they are treated separate from the screen that I'm sharing.
Yeah, we need to review them when the laptop goes wrong and I just click again.
Yes, sure. I'll be sharing the pictures so that you have an idea as you are following through. So I've shared another picture in the group. Okay. So the next one we have is format cells, but you can format them based on number, font, border, or fill. Okay. In this case, we are going to choose fill. We are just going to add the color. So I'm just going to choose fill. If you want, you can make it bold. You can create borders or something. If you want, you can add the font, or you can add a number or something. But we are just going to use fill, which adds colors. Okay, and we can choose any color from these colors. I don't know which color should be. Okay, let's just choose fail should be maybe red. Yeah, let's choose red. Okay, so I'm going to choose red, and when you click on red, you should be able to see a sample of a preview, and then you can click OK. And when you click OK, it takes you back to the first picture that I shared for new formatting rule. And then you are able to see the color in the preview that you have selected. Okay. And from there, you click OK. And when you click OK, you should be able to see the colors in fail. Are you able to see that?
Yes.
Great. So basically, this is how you format them. And we can also add another format that's going to add another color in pass. Okay, so let's just do that. So we are going the same way that we did for fail. We click on the conditional formatting, then we go on a new rule. If we want, we can go under manage rule and we can add another rule from there. But anyway, new rule is okay. We can just add another rule. Okay, and we also select format only cells that contain, okay, and we are still using specific text. And here, instead of writing fail this time around, we are writing what? Pass. So we write pass. After that, we go to preview and then we click on format. We choose a color. Let's say what color should pass have? What do you think? Green?
Let's try green.
Okay, green. Okay, so we are going to choose green. Okay. Then I'm going to click OK. Then when I click OK, I'm able to see the sample on this other end. Then I click OK. And there it is. So we have formatted the cells based on the text that is contained inside there. Are we okay up to here?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the next formatting style we are going to do is we are going to do a conditional formatting that helps us to see every cell that is blank. Okay. For instance, if you have a lot of data and so you want to see where there are blanks, you can easily use the conditional formatting to check for all the cells which are blank. I want us to use a different data set so that we can have a clear picture of how exactly this works, because this data doesn't have a lot of information, so you might not really get a clear picture. So I'm going to stop sharing this one. I'm going to share another Excel sheet which has a little bit more data than this one. Okay. I'm going to share the other one. It's for let me just try to hide these a little bit, the names, the computer numbers, because it's a file which contains student results that I was working on. Okay, so basically we have students who wrote different tests and assignments, and they also did presentations, right? But some students did not do certain tests and they did not do certain presentations. So instead of us having to go on each and every student and checking, because it's hard to check when everything is like this, we can easily format this data so much that for everywhere where it's blank, it should give us a certain color. That way we'll easily count, we can easily count how many blanks we have based on the color that we are going to select. So what you do is you select the range of the cells where you want to format the blanks. Like I have done, I have selected the range here. Then after that, we go to the Home tab, because that is where the conditional formatting is. And I mentioned that it's found under styles, as you can see here. So we click under styles, okay, and then we go to new row, the same way that we did for the other one, okay. And this time around, we are choosing cells that contain and then under format only cells with, under where there is cell value, we are going to click the drop down arrow and choose blanks. We have cell value, specific text. Remember, we were choosing specific text in the last formatting that we did. We have specific text, we have dates occurring, blanks, no blanks, errors, but we are going to choose what? Blanks. So after choosing blanks, that's basically it. And they will also add colors. we choose which colors are we going to use. Okay, which color should we use? Okay, I'm going to put purple. I hope this is purple. I don't know if it's purple, but anyway, you'll be able you'll be able to see it. Okay, and then I click OK, and you'll notice that everywhere where there's a blank, it's in purple. So basically, that is how you do it. Okay. So I'm just gonna do this, and I want us to use let's do another one for no blanks. Okay, we're going to use the same data, but we're going to do another one for no blanks. So we're going to do format only cells that contain, then under cell value or format only cells with, we are going to choose no blanks, and then we're going to choose a color. Okay, let's choose blue, then yeah, and then okay. Everywhere where there's no blank, it's blue. Yeah. So basically, this is how you use conditional formatting. Okay. I'm not going to do the one for functions because we've already looked at functions. So we already have an idea of how to use functions in whatever data that we are working with. So is this clear? Okay, great. All right. There are no questions. We are going to go back to the data that we are working with. I'm just gonna undo this. Okay. Like that. And I'm gonna stop sharing it. We're going to go back to the data that we are working with. We're going to look at the last part of today's class. Okay. Let me know if you're able to see the screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, great. So the last part we're going to look at is sorting. So sometimes you'd have written your data in a certain way and you want to format it, you want to sort it so that it can comply maybe to your analysis. Maybe you want to analyze your data in a certain way, and so you have to sort it so that it can look in a certain way and maybe filter it. And maybe you have names, for instance, where you have names here. If you want your names to be in a certain order, you can use sort and filter to do that. Okay, so basically that is what we are going to do. Okay, so to use a sort and filter, you can highlight what you want to sort, and then we're under still on the home tab. We have editing at the end here, where we have auto sum, fill, clear, sort and filter, find and select. Okay, that's where sort and filter is. So when you click on the drop down arrow for sort and filter, you're going to find a lot of options where you sort based on the alphabet A to Z. Then you can also sort based on Z to A. You can also create a custom, you can also filter your data, all these options. Okay, For instance, if we want these names to be in alphabet beginning with A, going through to Z, we can click on the first one, okay, and then it has given us an option here. It's saying that it found data that is next to the selection. Okay, since you have not selected this data, it will not be sorted. But then do you know what happens if the rest of the data is not sorted? These marks will not represent the owners of the marks. You know, Mary is going to go maybe to number 3 or number 4, and Mary's results are going to remain on top here. And if Peter is the one that comes here, Mary's results are going to end up become Peter's results, and John's results are going to end up become Judy's results, and that is a mess. Okay, if these students had ID numbers and they check their results and they find that their ID number is not the one, because you only did a sort for names only, and you left out the rest of the data. So you have to make sure that you expand the selection. Okay, you expand the selection. So since it's already selected that we expand the selection, you click on sort and everything else moves. Okay, and what we have done is we even added the column name, which is so everything is a mess now. So we have to go back and make sure that we select only the data that we want to do to sort, which is only the names of students and their the data or the results which are associated with them. Basically, that's all we select, and then we go back to sort and filter. When I click here, you see now we have a proper sort that has taken place. We have Mary, still number 1. Okay, John, Judy, and Peter. Is it just me or J does not come? M does not come before J.
Before J.
I mean, J comes before M, right? So if we click A to Z,
J is supposed to be on top of Mary.
Exactly. Let's select let's check on the custom sort so that we sort by. And here under custom sort, we have to indicate. I hope you're able to see this dialog box. Are you?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, great. So if since this one is not working out, we go under custom sort. Under custom sort, you have to decide which data do you want to sort by. Okay, for instance, we have Mary Mwanza here. Okay, we have Mary Mwanza, and we have all the data that's associated with Mary Mwanza. Okay, so we have to decide if you want to sort based on the name. We want to sort based on the name. We can select Mary Mwanza. It's going to be there in the criteria, and then the value to sort on: cell color, font color, cell icon. Values is okay. Basically, Mary Mwanza, the values which are Mary Mwanza, and then the order, it's A to Z, like we had selected. We want it to be A to Z. Okay, then we are going to click OK. Okay, when we click OK, we should be able to see the selection.
Mary is still on top.
Yeah, Mary is still on top. I don't know the version of Microsoft that I'm using. It's lagging behind.
When you highlight, isn't it supposed to be gray all over, or the first column is supposed to remain like that?
The first column for the words, for
white.
oh yeah, this one is okay. This one is okay. Even if we leave it out, we still have to get the correct sorting. Okay. We are still supposed to get the correct sorting. Let's do this again. Z to A is working. I don't know why A to Z is misbehaving. When you try Z to A, you notice that it's working. Yeah, but when I click on A to Z, sort of not coming up. Okay, so basically, I don't know what's wrong with my Microsoft Excel, but basically the idea is basically just that. If you want to sort your data, you want it to be from A to Z or from Z to A, you can basically use this to do that. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to check out my version and see what's stopping this from happening. Are there any questions?
So far, no.
Okay, so this was what we wanted to do. We needed to do today. We are remaining with 1 hour. The remaining hour we are going to do data validation and data visualization. We are going to use the data that we have to come up with charts to analyze these student results. And also we are going to validate our data so that we can uphold its integrity as we are working with it. And as we enter more data, we have to be sure that certain errors are avoided. And in order for us to do that, we validate our data. Okay. There are no questions. We end here.
When I'm doing my revision, is it okay can I text you for questions?
If you have any questions as you go through,
yes,
you can reach out.
Okay.
Yeah, you can reach out as well.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
I'm going to communicate in the group when we have our last class. Not tomorrow though.
Okay.
Probably Saturday evening or Sunday evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Good night.